Fire, 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 fire. He tried to expose penguins, so it ruined his life. Chat, one day, SmugAlana is gonna have, like, this thing, and then, like, crossed out eyeballs, like I'm dead and shit.
In what world does slandering the creator who exposed you for being a manipulative creep ever turn out well? From Bentellect's perspective, calling Charlie, aka Moist Critical, a liar and a creep was the quickest way to repair his reputation.
I would argue that Charlie reading strangers' private text messages makes
Strangers' private text messages. Already a dishonest and unintellectual thing to say because it's literally like posted in the public. But okay, strangers.
him and his followers more of a creep than me texting a girl.
Oh, he's one of those. Got it.
There's an idiot born every second, and a lot of them are following Moist Critical.
Sadly, Ben was just digging himself into a bigger hole as his petty, vengeful, and litigious past was about to destroy his reputation a second time. Hi, I'm the Internet Anarchist. I create weekly YouTube documentaries, and today we'll discuss the dubious return of YouTube's least favorite TikToker, Bentellect. What he did to turn the internet against—
How do you put your, like, your name is a pun on intellect. How are you so fucking stupid? I find it ironic. Yeah, people say, oh, Alana, you're not smug. And I'm like, well, I mean, you know, I try not to be too much. People might start thinking things.
him the first
This
time,
is different, though.
why he thought slandering Charlie was a good way to make a comeback, and how it will only
Moist
make
Critical
things worse
isn't
for him
actually
in
moist.
the long run. We've covered Ben once before on the channel, but here's a brief summary of the controversy surrounding his career and his encounter with Charlie. Over the years, Ben has built up a vast social media following across YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram.
How? Who the fuck is this guy? Man, I must be like in tune with like the wrong algorithm, because like I don't think I've ever heard of this guy. Slop TikTok content? Yeah, but I like VTubers, so I mean it's my own form of slop.
By reacting to other people's memes. While he received criticism for making low-effort content and copyright striking other people's videos about him, Ben was still well liked by his fans.
That is some pussy-ass motherfucking shit. Chat, if I ever fucking copyright strike people for no reason other than them criticizing me, nah, man, I hope my audience would fucking call me out on that shit.
Unfortunately, that all changed
weird.
in July of 2023
Screams
when the
insecure.
creator Jordan Max shared a series of damning messages that revealed how Ben was leveraging his platform to try and hook up with OF models. According to Jordan and the screenshots provided, they
I mean, he just wants some pussy, I don't know.
a podcast collaboration planned,
he just
but
wants some
Ben
tail,
decided to
man.
call it off mere hours before shooting because she refused to film OF content with him, with
Nah, I wanna just suck my pee-pee.
texts reading, "I was just thinking you're helping me with doing a video for my YouTube, so maybe I could help you with your OF. Hey, gonna do the pickle video with someone else. Thanks though." Within days, several other women came out with similar stories of Ben turning aggressive and petty when they rejected him, in a bid to mitigate the damage
I love men, but why are there men that exist like that? You get rejected and that's just like how you react. That's small pee-pee energy for sure. Like, you pussy ass bitch, there's millions of fucking men in the world that get rejected and they don't fucking freak the fuck out and, you know, say, oh, I fucking hate women, and start harassing them, bro.
to his reputation. Ben
freak,
threatened to
man.
sue Jordan for simply publishing the screenshots. However, his desperation to hide the situation only made the claims against him even more credible. When viewers confronted Ben with evidence, he didn't deny it and tried to downplay the controversy by saying, quote, "People are upset over PG text messages." To see such a popular creator take advantage of that popularity to manipulate people into sleeping with him naturally revolted his audience. Once the backlash became too severe to ignore, Ben released this half-hearted apology to hopefully save his reputation.
Aw.
Just wanted to clear the
It's no ukulele and it's on TikTok and not YouTube.
The first thing I want to say is I'm sorry to anyone that I've made feel uncomfortable. I want to say to any girl who I've been rude to, whether through text or in person, that I'm sorry. I understand that me being sorry does not excuse that kind of behavior. I will continue to work on myself and do better. Thanks, guys.
To anyone watching, Ben wasn't making this
0 out of
apology because
10.
he felt sorry, but because he wanted to maintain his career. When that didn't work, Ben deleted all traces of the apology from his social media. Unfortunately, that didn't stop the news of his
Coward!
misconduct from spreading like wildfire across the internet, as creators like Penguin Zero wasted no time in roasting him for such dubious behavior.
So, did he stand by every single word that he said? Let's look at his initial apology, which he deleted pretty shortly after posting it, and then also hid replies on. Let's look at his first apology. I've recently been accused of some heinous actions and would like the opportunity to share my disgust at these accusations. I'm a firm believer in the rights and equality of all humans, including women.
I love women. I love nothing more than women. I love women so much. You guys need to know about how much I love women. Don't worry, I love women. Have I told you that I love women?
If
is so
that's not
good.
the biggest red flag immediately, I don't know what else is.
Yeah.
I stand by the rights for all humans, and that does include women.
Women are
Those
barely
creatures.
humans,
I am
yeah.
including them in that statement because
How do you not have someone proofread that shit and not tell you like, hey, retard, like you unironically fucking messed up here. Can you like fix it? This guy just ripped it and was like, yeah, this sounds really good.
that's the kind of angel I am.
Yeah,
It makes it sound like he's
women.
drawing a distinction between women and every other human on the planet, like they're a totally separate species.
Knowing Ben's litigious tendencies, Charlie clarified that any attempt to sue him or copyright strike the video would be met with an immediate and swift legal response.
Also, Ben, I know you're still watching. You probably plan on suing me if I show your apology video because you've employed this tactic before against other YouTubers. If they've shown clips
That's
of your content to make fun of
wild.
you, you allege that it's stealing your work and you have a legal ground to take it down and come after them. You don't. That's not how that works. Me showing this is not any kind of violation in any way, shape, or form. So if you do try and sue me or copyright claim this video, copyright strike the video, anything like that, I will 100% respond with every single option at my disposal in order to follow this legal case through to its fullest conclusion.
From the end of 2023 until mid-2024, the controversy Ben desperately wanted to hide almost completely became public knowledge. As a result of his own dishonesty, Ben had lost the goodwill of his fanbase, which completely wrecked all of his social media growth. If Ben had only taken accountability for what he did and made a proper apology, he could have avoided this outcome.
It's not even about the proper apology. He deleted the video and then said, guys, I love women. I just fucking love women, man. I love them so much. Like, what is going on, man? And copyright striking. You're Streisand affecting your own fan base. I have to remind myself that there's people like the woman who played Snow White that shot herself in the foot multiple times, and that no amount of PR will help them, man. Yeah.
Unfortunately, Ben isn't the type of person to acknowledge his mistakes. Instead, he tries to twist the narrative after the dust has settled. On the 8th of September 2024, Ben would upload a video titled "Commentary Channels Love to Lie," in which he tried to minimize his
I mean, some do. I'll admit that. I've seen some shit.
horrible behavior
talked
by
about
making
one
the
chat.
people reporting it look like clout chasers. Starting with the false copyright strike he made against Nick is Not Green. Ben tried to justify it by claiming he didn't know the difference between claiming and striking someone, and considered it a normal procedure when others use your content.
This is why I hate YouTube sometimes, man. I hate YouTube for that. I actually got copyright struck for a video one time, and then I messaged them and they said, oh, sorry, my intern accidentally struck you when we meant to make it a claim, and I'm sorry, we're gonna retract it. Yeah, it was a really long time ago. I think it was like a dog video or something where I looked at like Shiba Inus or something. or was it something else? But it doesn't matter. Like the distinction between the two and how one doesn't ruin your channel and the other one does within like fucking like a snap of your fingers. People are ignorant to it and it's really annoying. But then there's also people who fucking abuse it and say, "Oh, well, I didn't know any better."
That Ben had copyright struck the previous video he'd made on him.
Not just copyright claim, but copyright strike.
This did happen. This was in 2021. I just point blank thought when someone used your videos, you put in a copyright claim. I didn't know there was a difference at the time between strike or claim or whatever.
The way Ben presented things made it seem like a careless mistake.
Yeah,
but
sure,
that
buddy.
becomes very hard to believe when you look deeper into the situation. Anyone using the YouTube copyright system would be more than aware of the serious consequences.
And you have millions of subscribers? Like, let's say he only has, I'm throwing a number here, but at the start we saw he had millions of subscribers. There's no way! Like, you haven't dealt with that shit before? I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Even if you have a company handling that shit for you, you have to be a modicum of aware. That's bullshit.
Is associated with filing a copyright strike, especially a creator with over 1 million subscribers. How could he have gone through the entire filing process and not even understood what he was filing?
Exactly.
Either Ben, 1, ignored the critical information from YouTube about the copyright system while filing the strike and didn't bother to do any research on it, or 2, was aware of the consequences and filed it anyway. Whichever one it was, Ben was clearly at fault for misusing the copyright system. If you apply Ben's logic to his own content, then almost all of his videos would be liable for a copyright take
Yeah, that's a good point.
down
On the
because he
memes and
uses other
shit.
people's content in their entirety.
Is this on YouTube or TikTok? I think it's on YouTube. Yeah, okay.
In their entirety.
I'm always looking for ways to make traveling easier and less stressful. Between booking flights, finding accommodation, and planning activities, the last thing I want to worry about is getting hit with ridiculous transaction fees or struggling to manage my budgets. You can check out this video's sponsor Revolut using the link in the description and get $40 after your first purchase. Revolut is a global money super app used by more than 50 million people worldwide.
Can I
It's
get
simple to
free
set up an
money?
account in minutes and instantly start spending through Apple or Google Pay. When I'm abroad, I get competitive exchange rates for 30 plus currencies and no high fees. And check this out. My Revolut Metal card not only looks sleek, but is personalized and comes with perks like discounted airport lounge access. Revolut is packed with security features, like single-use virtual cards for safer online shopping and the ability to freeze your card instantly if it goes missing. You can also get up to 5% cash back at stores like HelloFresh and Ray-Ban directly in the app. Check out Revolut using the link in the description and get $40 after your first purchase. With that being said, let's get back into the video.
Ben downplaying his copyright abuse wasn't the only manipulative tactic Ben used to obscure his mistakes, as he tried to make his disgusting messages to Jordan Max seem like a drunken mishap.
So this girl DM'd me a year prior on Instagram, basically wanted to go grab a drink. Never ended up happening. A year later, I was starting a podcast, got drunk the day before she was gonna come over, and
Do you want to make a video for OnlyFans? When? Today? No. You need a TTS test from the last 14 days and an OnlyFans creator account. I mean a video for your page. Doing what? Sucking my fucking PV hole. Fucking bitch.
So, yep, this is a drunk text
What?
at noon. I was blackout drunk. It was
You're blackout drunk at noon. I find that so hard to believe.
just dumb. It was just stupid.
Looking back at Jordan's tweet, all she really did was
It reminds me of the fucking video we watched a couple of days ago that was like, I had a mimosa at 10 o'clock in the morning.
state exactly what had been done and provided proof of said actions. When he recounted these events, Ben lied about the timeline by stating that the texts took place a day prior, when it was mere hours before their meetup. Not only that, but he also left out how the reason he cancelled their collaboration was because she refused to sleep with him. Ben is clearly twisting the facts to make himself look better, and when the evidence was too damning to deny, he resorted to call it a lie without any proof.
I'm with me.
This whole con.
All you have to do most of the time to disprove one person's point of view is to provide your own evidence. And that's truly what I believe. People are saying, oh, well, Alana, for example, with the Cinder thing, she didn't provide any fucking messages. She just yapped. If she provided anything, like even just Snapchat, or I'm not saying she should have, but like anything, I don't know, man. These people are insane. Drama farming, fucking clout chasing demons.
Oh, I don't care what anyone says about it. This right here, I don't know who put it out. Fake.
Snapchat,
oh my god, I've dealt with
Snapchat is cringe, but like, god damn, man.
Bentellect 2 actually has bothered a lot of women. Where's the name? This is just a text message, and people take it as like a story. It's not a story. Let me just say this. The story is that I started a podcast to leverage my fame to sleep with women. False. And
okay, you didn't intentionally do it, but it definitely helped.
any other person who tells you otherwise is lying for fame, for views, or whatever reason. I got drunk at noon and texted a girl who
He's hyperfixating on the fact that it was noon. So it would have been fine if it was like late at night.
DM'd me a year before and asked her if she wanted to hook up. That's not that crazy.
Despite asserting that these messages were fake, Ben did acknowledge his connection to one of the women listed, but stated it wasn't the public's business since it was a private conversation.
This girl and her and I met on a dating app in 2017, hung out once, and then I think hung out 5 times over the course of like 3 years. Never dated. Only hung out when we drank. This text message combo was a private text message between me and her. I was drunk and texting her, yep. There's nothing in this text message that is any of the public's business. If you read someone's private text messages as content, you're a clown, straight up.
Private messages or not, Ben had a pattern of getting aggressive towards and insulting women who didn't give him what he wanted.
I will say that it is cringe to farm content to that extent, but at the same time, if it's a public message and you are trying to get information out there and trying to see if it's happened to other people, for example, I keep saying the Cinder thing, it's relatable. You need to have like a response or a retort instead of being like, oh, I was drunk texting at noon and like I didn't make this podcast in mind of like sleeping with women and like telling women that I want to bang them. It's like, but we have proof otherwise. Like, why wouldn't you provide us proof of, I don't know, maybe being nice to women?
The excuses of being intoxicated doesn't change the reality of what he did, and viewers were more than ready to echo that sentiment in the comment section below, reading, "You realize being drunk in that moment makes it so much worse, and funny how you was drunk every time you texted them."
True.
Throughout the video, Ben couldn't admit to his mistakes and tried to make it seem like the coverage of his behind-the-scenes behavior was just people hating on him. As long as he could paint the people calling him out in a bad light, Ben felt like he was in the right, and was even comfortable enough with that reasoning to take things a step further.
Exactly, the classic ad hominem. It works on really stupid people. Stupid people will believe you, but smart people will see through it. They're like, they're attacking them, but not actually the argument.
By calling his critics clowns.
This is fake. This is fake. This is fake. This is fake. And this is fake. So if you've seen this video, it's BS and he's a clown. If you've seen this video, it's
Sunny V2.
BS and he's a clown. And if you've seen this video, it's BS and he's a clown. Hope this helps.
As you'd imagine, viewers were very quick to point out Ben's extremely weak rebuttal to the criticism, with a comment stating, "Your argument is just saying they're wrong? You're so bad at this, you don't even have evidence that they are actually wrong. Someone didn't go through lapse in judgment 101, I see." This wouldn't be the last time Ben tried to slander his critics to save his skin, as he doubled down on this sick strategy going into 2025. However,
and also apologizing? Did we just forget that he apologized and then deleted the fucking apology? Fucking two-faced rat.
But it would cause him more harm than good. By the 16th of March 2025, Ben uploaded a video to TikTok captioned, "This guy is a creep," in which he framed Charlie's coverage of him as baseless slander.
Today I want to talk about someone. His name is Charles White. He made a video slandering me over a year ago, but the damage
And you're still mad about it.
it caused still affects me, my career, and my mental health to this day.
Okay, sue him.
Which is why I'm making this video. He made up a story reading fake screenshots from Twitter that I started a fake podcast to get girls, fans girls specifically, to come and hook up.
I remember that video. That's not what he said. He said that he got the clout that he wanted and thought he could talk to women like property. It wasn't, like, I love the framing in that. You can immediately, like, in a court of law, you can absolutely disprove this in, like, 2 seconds.
Like, uses this podcast as a way of just, like, the whole podcast existence is only here as a way of trying to get Bentellect laid.
I later put out a video explaining that Jordan Max had put out fake screenshots and debunked the theory because that came from me actually starting a podcast with Maria Smith, a friend of mine. I literally put out an apology video because I was sick and tired of the endless harassment. I wouldn't be respecting myself.
But it leaves out the part where he deleted it. Big note right there.
If I didn't speak my truth.
Following this, Ben
Speak
complains
my
about the damage it
truth.
did to him on YouTube and even threatens legal action against Charlie.
Do it,
There's
bitch.
a lot of people who unfollowed me because of Penguin's video. Let me give you an example. This video did millions of plays on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, but the same video only did 13,000 plays on YouTube, even though I have 3 million subscribers. A lot of fans have recommended that I sue Charlie.
You're gonna sue him because your fucking YouTube didn't push your YouTube short not as hard as 2 other fucking platforms? Have you ever thought that maybe that it's just that the YouTube audience doesn't want your stupid shorts? Like,
Commentary channels even make videos detailing the damage. I would argue that Charlie reading strangers' private text messages makes him and his followers more of a creep than me texting a girl. But there's an idiot born every second, and a lot of them are following Moist Critical.
At this point, anyone who knew the truth about the situation called him out in the comments, but Ben was desperate to keep his facade intact, with a commenter stating, "You can try your hardest to deny the truth, but you know what you did. Charlie exposed you and you continue to hide behind this lie you've crafted. Own up to it." Where Bentellect responded by stating, "That's cute, show me the names and faces to match their screenshots. You can't. Case closed." This wasn't the first time Ben had retroactively slandered people who criticized him, as he tried to label Billie Eilish as a bully for making a parody of his content.
Over the years, Billie Eilish
Nah, if you're getting farmed by fucking some normie celebrity, you actually got owned. No way.
talks about cyberbullying and how it has negatively affected her life, to the point that she says that in 2018, she almost took her own life because of reading negative social media posts about her online. Well, 2 years later, Billie Eilish posted this video to her 50 million subscribers.
I use Instagram. Scroll. F is this. Unfollow. Scroll. Facts. Screenshot. Yes.
Facts.
From Ben's perspective,
I mean, she's just making fun of him. It's not that deep, man. It's not that deep. She's just parodying you. Oh my god, this guy actually has such an ego.
Billie intentionally
That's
tried to make her fans
crazy.
hate him and felt that she had no justification to talk about people hating her.
For years, she gave a speech about cyberbullying and how against it she was, mainly from the hate comments she received.
Someone made a parody of your content and softly criticized it. And that's cyberbullying now. She didn't call you an ugly fat retard, man. She was ironically like acting like someone would that would watch your content, which is slop. It's fine, okay? You have slop content, embrace it, be like, yeah, that's funny.
From this photo. She said,
And it's a free promo, exactly. Like, what do you fucking mean, man?
time and time again, those comments still hurt her feelings, even years later. She says she stopped reading comments, and she wants to dress the way she wants to dress, without being judged, but posted
That's
this
fair.
video.
But the difference is that they're attacking her appearance and calling her fat or ugly or whatever, whereas Billie Eilish just laughed and mirrored your video. Bro, it's so intellectually dishonest. It's disgusting.
Knowing that it was making fun of me to her millions of followers, and in turn would cause her followers to come and hate on me, which happened for many years.
Ben takes it very personally when people laugh at him and assumes that making a parody of someone constitutes harassment.
Chat, don't make fun of me. Don't call me fat and stupid. That's illegal.
All Billy did was demonstrate precisely what Ben was doing under all of the memes on his page. Yet he interprets that as an attack and tries to convince the audience of the same thing. Fortunately, many of them were willing to take a more objective approach to the situation, with comments stating, "I think she was just demonstrating what it looks like to scroll and laugh. I don't think she was hating." As
Yeah.
well as, "I'm not really a Billy fan, but I don't think she was trying to be mean to you." Going back to his YouTube channel, Ben has made several community posts wrapping the narrative around his bad reputation and history to make it seem like people were hating him for no reason. And people were initially on Ben's side because they didn't know the allegations against him. But the table shifted when more users began noticing his posts, with one commenter even stating, "You don't have the time, huh? Then why you post this then? Put the fries in the bag, buddy."
There's nothing more insulting than someone telling you to fucking put the fires in the bag, bro, as an influencer or a content creator, man. You can't come back from that.
Even now, the misconduct Ben was trying to obscure was still costing him subscribers. As one user stated, "Just saw the allegations about the OF podcast, just unsubscribed. Didn't want to watch someone who is doing supposed shady stuff. I'm not saying you did this, I just don't want to follow someone who can't be honest or trusted." Seeing the writing on the
That's
wall,
fair.
Ben understood that the YouTube community
I find comments like this kind of cringe. I would never do this myself. I silently unfollow and unsubscribe, but you know, that's just me, bro. That's just me.
isn't going to give him a second chance, and uploaded this salty community post. "Stay in school, kids, you'll never be a YouTuber." Looking at Ben's recent YouTube metrics,
Neither are
the
you,
pattern
brother.
only becomes more apparent, as his slander campaign against Charlie and his other critics has cost him over 10,000 subscribers. The more Ben tries to cover up his past, the more people find out about it. What's even more
Streisand
concerning
effect.
is how this effect would be multiplied if he continues to go after the people that exposed him. Whether Ben realized it or not, trying to expose Charlie wasn't going to make people forgive or forget how he abused his platform. Even if Ben were to sue Charlie or get a response from him, the outcome wouldn't be in his favor. As one commenter put it, "My guy, it's over. Just take the L. If by some chance he even sees this video, he knows how desperately you would love a back and forth. He knows that you would even accept playing the deserved role as the villain as long as you got views again. You honestly
Yeah.
think he has even thought about you for over a minute in the past 6 months? He's not gonna engage. If you got slandered, sue him. If you were a creep, don't. Either way, your relevance is done." Throughout
He's a fucking clout demon, chat. Thank God, man. I just don't care. Like, yeah, oh wow, you're an influencer, content creator, you have 1 million views. If he kept making content and just put his head down, I genuinely think he could have gotten away with being a fucking creep. Yeah, no, really, I truly do think that. Just put your head down and keep making stupid content, stupid slop-a-pharma. Your audience won't figure it out. They won't care.
Throughout his career,
Most
he has
of the
demonstrated
time,
a
most of the
pattern of
time.
being petty and vindictive when faced with criticism. This happened with Nick is Not Green, and now it's happening with Moist Critical. The only difference this time is that most people don't know or remember how he lost his reputation the first time. But if he continues and starts a beef with Charlie, it's definitely going to remind them.
Fucking Rip Bozo skill issue, big dum-dum. Bentellectual, more like Ben not so smart guy. Yeah. Crashing out, exposing more of his audience to controversy. Congratulations, you played yourself. With sensitive things like that, I mean, again, this isn't like, you know, a massive accusation. Like, yeah, sure, maybe maybe he was too forward, and maybe he was too much of a cringe lord, and there's many cases of people being weird with women, but like at the end of the day, he didn't really inherently do anything terrible. It's not like he fucking abused them or like, I don't know, did something actually awful physically. It's like, okay, he was being a fucking creep and it was gross. But he just drew attention to it and people really don't like that. Keep fucking making fucking content. Yeah. Ben Bozo. I don't know how many Bentellectual screenshots are real or not, but one of his lines is Bentellect fucks crazy pussy into oblivion. Yo, me too, bro, me too.
For you.